is the 129th between Liverpool and Everton. But certainly in the past 48 hours, even an interloper from the south gets a really strong idea of what it means. For one thing, you don't wear blue or wear red today. You see a fair number of beige and browns and greys amongst the neutrals here. It's a marvellous atmosphere, the promise of a really excellent game with so much at stake. Before we go any further, let's take a check on the two teams. And Liverpool, not unexpectedly, field the side that won so well in the European Cup in Bilbao in midweek. Steve Nicol, the Scottish under-21 cap, keeps the number 5 shirt with Craig Johnston, the sub, and 8 of this side have played in every Liverpool game this season. There you have the key to consistency. Well, Everton, meanwhile, are far from finding a settled side. Today, injuries rule out Kevin Richardson from their midfield and David Johnson from the attack. Alan Irvine comes into play in midfield, and Peter Reid is their substitute. Well, it was a year ago to the day that Liverpool crushed Everton 5-0 at Goodison Park, and Ian Rush scored 4 that day. He got 5 here last week against Luton, and of course that winner in Bilbao as well, a man in tremendous form. Quite a day, though, for 2 of the Everton youngsters. There's 23-year-old fullback Alan Harper. It's his first derby game, and he was a Liverpool reserve player a year ago. All his family are here, and they are Liverpool fans. And then there's Kevin Sheedy. He's also a former Liverpool player, and Kevin surely has got a big job to do in the midfield for Everton this afternoon. The referee also out on the pitch at the moment. That's George Courtney from County Durham, one of our best referees on the FIFA list. And one of the things you have to say also is that we talk about the atmosphere, but it's intense rivalry, but there's a good deal of friendliness about it as well. The incredible thing is that there are a whole batch of Evertonians on the Kop mingling with the Liverpudlians. Ron Atkinson, a man from Merseyside himself.
Brian, this is the first Merseyside derby I've ever witnessed, so I'm obviously going to look forward to it very much. They tell me people that take part in it tell me that it's played at about 200 miles an hour, so I should be very interested to see if that's the sort of tempo the game's played at.
And Everton, of course, have had a bad time of late, and they are 6-1 outsiders. The players themselves were astonished that in a 2-horse race you could be as far outside as that. Liverpool 5-2 on favourites. But Everton say a good result here today will alter the whole complexion of their season. The last time they won here, Everton, at Anfield in a derby game was way back in 1970, and Howard Kendall, the Everton manager, was in the Everton side that day. I fancy Ian St John was in the Liverpool side as well. So it's Everton, proudly in their blue, will attack the goal to our right. Liverpool, of course, in that famous all-red strip. One of football's big occasions is underway. Trevor Steven playing the ball to Alan Harper. John Bailey, real scouser. Hansen getting it away. Bailey again. Steven once more. Now Sheedy. Made wide here for Alan Irvine, a young Scot. Hansen, Souness, Kennedy, and a first touch for Bruce Grobbelaar. Lee to Neil. Bailey. I do see that it's not so much about winning, but there's an awful fear of losing in a match with so much at stake. Well, I've got a feeling that both sides are going to be fairly positive. The flag is up for offside. That must have been a real marginal decision, because Rush looked to be just onside and on his way, but it's a free kick to Everton.
Brian, I think if you recall last year's match, Everton got punished very much by trying to play an offside trap, and I think they might look dangerously if they employ that today, particularly against the likes of Rush's pace.
Mark Higgins, the Everton skipper, with the free kick, left-footed there. Hansen again up well. Dalglish. And now Steve Nicol. Hit high again towards Rush. Higgins lost that for just a moment, nodded it across the goal there. Bailey. Oh, just missing Rush, getting it to Harper. Cooley then for Irvine. And one that he wanted Sharp to chase, but there was really no chance for the Everton striker there. Alan Irvine, who used to play as an amateur for Queen's Park up in Glasgow. Now a throw for Everton. Andy King. Stephen to Harper. Trying to get Sheedy away, but Hansen is shadowing him well. And a corner given to Everton. Well, Higgins goes forward. Robinson goes back. And the Blues of Everton putting a few into that Liverpool penalty area. It's going to be Alan Irvine with the corner for Everton. Hitting towards the near post. Grobbelaar didn't get there. It's not away yet by a long way. Grobbelaar got well to that one, though. Bailey dinking it back in. Hansen missed it in the air. Dalglish. Oh, a lovely turn. Rush away on the right, and what a ball from Dalglish to Rush. Lee coming up fast to support. Sammy Lee with a shot. He hit it against Kenny Dalglish. And in its way, Liverpool at their best, under a bit of pressure in their own 6-yard area, breaking away thanks to Kenny Dalglish and causing a threat at the other end.
Yeah, Everton could have a real problem with Dalglish today because they haven't really got a natural marker in midfield. We always feel that if you have to play against Dalglish when he's in midfield, somebody's got to be taking care of him all the while.
Higgins away for Everton. Liverpool's throw. Alan Kennedy with it. Hansen. Kennedy. Sharp stuck to his man well, got possession, but the touch isn't quite right yet, and in this frenetic atmosphere, it's not surprising in the opening minutes at any rate. Trevor Stephen, only 20 years old, number 6 for Everton, playing his first Merseyside derby. Now Lawrence. A long ball forward again. That was Ratcliffe that time who got it away. Souness finding Lee. Neil outside. Side again for Lee. Now Dalglish. Oh, he was allowed to turn, but it was Harper who got it away. Kennedy. Souness. Trying to pick up Robinson, but the flag on the far side was flying. It's another free kick. Foul that time by Hansen on the Everton striker. A free kick to Everton. Andy King looking around to see what might be available to him, and Sheedy there too. And Trevor Stephen, the number 6. Grobbelaar making sure that his positioning is right. It's a long way out to take a dip, but you never know. 3 men in the Liverpool wall. And Sheedy hitting it straight at Grobbelaar. But it was a nasty old bounce just in front of the Liverpool keeper. Lee to Neil. Lee. Lawrenson. Hansen. Dalglish turning it on. Nicol coming in. Kept out of it well by young Harper. Rush finding Dalglish. And Rush going on. Southall just got out. But Liverpool were very nearly in then, with a good combination once more between Rush and Dalglish. Ron Atkinson?
Yes, that's what we were saying earlier about this. You can't allow Dalglish any space at all, and I'm afraid Everton are giving him acres to play. I bet he can't believe his own luck at the moment. The boy Stevens is trying to do a little bit of a containing job on him, but he's not within 10 yards of him half the game.
Sharp down for Stephen. King didn't really go comfortably to him though. Lee. Neil. Stephen getting well involved there, but Irvine couldn't hold off fellow Scot Kenny Dalglish. Kennedy to Nicol. Strong challenge by Mark Higgins, but it didn't quite fall Everton's way. Dalglish again. Rush. Played back again for Kenny Dalglish. Came off Harper, but the flag was up again for an offside, that time against Michael Robinson. And another free kick to Everton. Higgins in a little bit of trouble at the moment in his own penalty area. And the trainer called on. Your early impressions, Ron?
Yes, I've got the impression that Everton have decided to not to worry too much about Liverpool and try and go at them. That might be their undoing at the end, I think. Liverpool have settled into their rhythm and they're knocking the ball out about very well. I think the two front players will relish the space behind the Everton defence, and they'll be looking for people like Souness and Dalglish, particularly if he continues to get as much space as he gets to sort of probe.
Trevor Stephen, the young lad they bought from Burnley, who played here in fact in the Milk Cup last season. Well, Higgins slightly shaken by a knock in the face, but he's going on. It's Liverpool's throw. Steve Nicol. Souness. It's a long and a good ball to Neil. For Lee. Lawrenson. Dispossessed though by Adrian Heath. Hansen. Nicol. Advantage played there by the referee. It could have been an obstruction by Harper, but Nicol's making the most of it. A long ball towards Ian Rush on the far side. Bailey up well for Everton. Sheedy supporting him. And Bailey miskicked for a moment. Lee playing it back for Souness. Here's Phil Neal. Kennedy. Hansen. Just about everybody in the Everton half at the moment. Souness tried to get it inside the defence, but Irvine was there and Sharp is offside. Higgins to Stephen. Again towards Sharp, again a good jump by Hansen. Hansen in very good form at the moment for Liverpool and conceding the throw. Irvine allowed to turn. Robinson coming back. Neil just getting the better of Heath. And the ball played in towards Rush. They're all looking around in the Everton defence, but Southall gathering quite calmly and comfortably in the end. Ian Rush in there challenging on his fellow Welsh international, Neville Southall. Over 10 minutes gone. If you've just come in, this Merseyside derby, Liverpool 0, Everton 0, in front of a packed house here at Anfield. What a free kick to Everton. They know they come here as underdogs, Ron, but the longer they can hold Liverpool at bay, I suppose the more their confidence will rise.
That's right. It looks very much as if they've asked Adrian Heath to play wide on the left and try and occupy Samuel Lee and Phil Neal. That in itself can be a good tactic. We've used it ourselves in the past, but it does mean there's an awful lot of work going to be thrown upon Graham Sharp up the middle on his own.
Bailey with the free kick towards Graham Sharp. In fact, it was Sharp's header. Coming to Sheedy. Irvin. Well, he was forced to cross behind by the close attentions of Alan Kennedy. It's Kennedy. Ratcliffe up, beating Rush that time. Heath, but he couldn't get it through to King. And a clash of heads there between King and Souness, and referee Courtney feeling that was worth a free kick to Liverpool. Souness getting a crack on the side of the head. And Liverpool getting a free kick. Lawrenson with it. Now Kennedy. Hansen. Have to add that although Liverpool beat Everton just across Stanley Park, about a half a mile from here at Goodison Park a year ago today, 5-0, in the return game last season, Everton came here and got a goalless draw. You can never tell in derby games. Free kick again to Everton. Young Alan Harper with the free kick for Everton towards Graham Sharp, nodding it down and almost getting it through to Andy King, but Nicol was there tidying up, back to Bruce Grobbelaar. Souness. Kennedy. Long ball, and Bailey guiding it back to Southall. Liverpool through and through, John Bailey. In fact, he's got 12 of his family, he tells me, up in the copse somewhere, and they're all Liverpool fans. His dad's watching at home, also a Liverpool fan. Well, it's Liverpool on the attack now. Souness to Lee, with Neal making a break outside. And there's the ball for Phil Neal. Cut out that time by Ratcliffe. Bailey. Cut out that time by Andy King. Bailey. And Lawrenson playing the ball for Hansen. Just a quarter of an hour gone. Liverpool 0, Everton 0. Souness. Lee. Liverpool knowing if they win this afternoon, they go to the top of the First Division. Everton knowing that if they win, a lot of the wrongs so far this season will be put right.
Certainly at this stage, Brian, Everton don't appear to be overawed, do they? They've gone out to try and play positively, and they look as if they're holding their own at the moment.
Yes, they were shaking their heads with disbelief when they heard that they were 6-1 against. And it's little things like that would have motivated them, I'm sure. The headlines that made it to look an easy thing for Liverpool. I'm sure that manager Howard Kendall just had to remind them of those things and show them those headlines, and that probably did his work for him. Higgins up that time, but behind for the goal kick to Liverpool. Dalglish. Again, trying to get it inside. Harper does so this time as Nicol makes a good break. Played in there. Southall did well. Can Rush get in there? 1-0 to Liverpool. Ian Rush, the man who just can't stop scoring goals, has got the vital first one in this derby game. That's the killing moment. Ron?
Yeah, Nicol did very, very well up the left-hand side, forcing his way through here. Fires in across, but I'm sure Southall will be cursing himself there. He really ought to have dealt with it. And, of course, when anything drops loose in the penalty box at the moment, this fella just can't help but score.
...16 minutes, 46 seconds. Liverpool 1, Everton 0. Lee. Rush. Neil. Dalglish. Dispossessed by Stephen, but it comes for Kennedy. And now Nicol. And it's an Everton throw. Liverpool a little optimistic, thinking it was theirs. But what about Ian Rush again?
I couldn't help thinking then the value of goal scorers, because that was probably the first kick of the ball he's had. I can't remember him having another positive touch of the ball all match.
Hansen. Lee. And Liverpool's throw off Bailey, to be taken by Sammy Lee. Hansen. Towards Dalglish, but he'd gone into an offside position, and a free kick to Everton. With the cop chanting, "Are you watching Manchester?" Ron Atkinson?
Yeah, we're watching, all right. Yeah. I tell you, they've got an awkward situation now, Everton, of course. They've fallen down 1-0, possibly against the run of play, I feel. But now Liverpool are the sort of side now that if Everton aren't careful, they can torture them. They'll pop the ball about all day, and it's very, very important that Everton sort of maintain their discipline and their belief, because if they don't, they could well be on the end of another hiding.
Harper with the throw for Everton. Irving. Kennedy the long ball. Rush off in pursuit yet again. Support from Nicol. Robinson waiting in the middle, and then for once Liverpool on the wrong wavelength. Rush playing the ball for Nicol, but Nicol had come back, and it's a goal kick for Everton.
But I think you saw the danger of the Everton defence playing high up the park there. Rush will push right onto their last man. He's probably the quickest striker in the first division, and he loves those balls over the top. And if they continue to play that way with no cover, he'll bury them.
Hansen. And Higgins, away cut off back to Southall by Robinson. A little dummy and the clearance, but only as far as Nicol. Finding Dalglish, in turn looking for Lee, but in fact it'll come for Bailey, and a little chip forward now for Heath. Somehow getting it through to Stephen, playing it wide again for Bailey. And in towards Andy King, but yet again Lawrenson is there. And Liverpool, who've not conceded a goal in their last 5 games, are looking as formidable as ever at the back. Kennedy. Long-range shot, deflected, saved by Southall. Neil to Souness. Hansen. Dalglish. What a ball. What a beautiful ball there to Sammy Lee. Crossed in once more. At that time it's Robinson hoping to get on the end of it, but behind for the goal kick. Tremendous ball by Kenny Dalglish, Ron Atkinson.
Yes, I mean, every time he gets the ball, he's going to spot somebody in. And one of the other things that's been helping him is that the boy Nicol, who's playing on the left-hand side of the midfield, is making some strong runs behind the Everton defence, behind the Everton right full-back area. And he's actually forcing Irvine, who's probably an orthodox winger, to play as a defender.
Neil. Hansen. And onside. In fact, it was Ratcliffe just getting back as Everton tried to spring the offside trap again that allowed Dalglish to go on. Dalglish with the throw for Liverpool. And Nicol. It's good work again by Steve Nicol towards Michael Robinson. Played back towards Sammy Lee. But Everton get it away with Andy King. Lee dispossessing him. Souness supporting him. And the ball to Dalglish is a little too ambitious, and it'll be a goal kick. Sharp tangling with Hansen and winning a free kick. It'll be Mark Higgins who's going to take it for Everton. A goal down, Liverpool leading 1-0. Ian Rush the scorer. In fact, Alan Harford takes it in the end. And there was a slip by Lawrenson which allowed Sharp to go in, but his header goes behind for the goal kick. The referee, in fact, having a look at Graham Souness. He took a knock earlier on, as you remember, and I think Souness was saying, have I opened it up or not? Apparently he's okay to go on. Dalglish. Lawrenson. Hansen. Mark Lawrenson. Lee in a lot of space away on the right. In the end, it was cut down rapidly by Heath. Played on again. Robinson after this one. Higgins slipping, and Southall quickly off his line. Well, the captain's got to do a lot of work, keeping his team on an even keel at the moment. Neil, a foul, a free kick. Adrian Heath, the man who conceded it. Souness now forward, Rush again, making a run from an onside position. Sheedy. They can't get their front men going at all, Ron, can they, Everton?
No, all I think has happened here, I think that Everton have asked their fullbacks to play very narrow on their own centre-backs, maybe because they're frightened of the pace of Robinson and Rush, but they're leaving an awful lot of space in wide positions, and Liverpool are just able to send people up from deep positions going up wide, and that's really, they can set up as much play as they like them.
Ratcliffe taking the safe way out. Souness with the throw. Dalglish. Neil. Lee. Trading again for Dalglish. Neil. Bailey. Hansen. Hustled by Irvin, but still found Lee. Lee again. Higgins. Nice controlled header there for Ratcliffe. Stephen. Now Heath. Hansen. And Kennedy. And Lee. Firmly in control and playing it the way they want to play it at the moment, Ron Atkinson.
Yes, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Graham Sharp. As you were saying, he's hardly had a ball worthy of the name, and most of his time is spent chasing about 4 defenders. They're just playing and keep him in the middle with the ball.
Well, here's Steve Nicol for Liverpool. Dalglish with a little flick trying to get Nicol in, and he was well shadowed by Higgins at the expense of a corner to Liverpool. Their first of the game, with about 29 minutes gone, and Liverpool leading 1-0. It's with Kennedy. Now Dalglish. Trying to persuade Kennedy to get to the byline. Another corner. Coming off Irvin. Souness. Will he have a pop from distance? Will Phil Neal. Goal kick. Yet to score this season, Phil Neal, normally the penalty man, and nothing has come his way in that direction either. Some running repairs from Neville Southall, who was on the wrong end of that 5-0 win a year ago. Sorting the boots out. Played in a good humour at the moment, and let's hope it stays that way. Sharp versus Hansen. Hansen's jump the better timed. Dalglish getting rushed to come after that, and rushing out was Neville Southall. Everton's throw. Sheedy, Higgins, Harper. Showed a little too much of that to Rush. Kennedy playing it away again. Robinson coming from deep. Ratcliffe turning it away for Everton. Bailey with a chance possibly of completing the clearance, but there was a lot of close attention from Sammy Lee. And now Bailey in a slightly more comfortable position, and long ball forward to Sharp. Out of play, Liverpool's throw.
Brian, I would imagine Howard Kendall would be expecting a lot more in terms of competition from people like Sheedy and people like Andy King. At the moment, they're just allowing the Liverpool midfield to completely boss the game.
Hansen finding Nicol. And what a match he's having. That time Harper was equal to it. And one of the great things about Steve Nicol, Joe Fagan in fact was saying just before the game to me, his adaptability. They played him at right back, they played him on the left side of midfield, and he seems to adapt so well. There he is again. And a Liverpool throw. to Rush. And now Andy King. And offside that time against Sharp.
Having said that about Sheedy and King, you know, it's extremely difficult for people to play against Liverpool when they're in this mood. They seem as if they've probably got about 5 extra players on the field. But the one thing you can't do, you can't allow them any space, and at the moment, unfortunately, that's what Everton have been forced to do. They've got to concede space all over the field, and people like Souness, Dalglish, this lad Nicol, as you said, who's having a tremendous game, they're all exploiting it very, very well.
Kennedy. Again, that high ball, that time Ratcliffe behind it. In goes Nicol once more, but Robinson was fractionally offside. Everton's free kick, with Liverpool leading by a 0-0. Bailey turned in nicely. And maybe a chance for Andy King across the face of that Liverpool goal, and the first time that Everton have showed anything at all coming forward. Quite a good combination there as well, Ron.
Yeah, some super build-up play there, and it's probably one of the first times that they've had people up in support of the front men.
Neil. Now Lawrenson. Hansen. Dalglish. Again, Phil Neal, the long ball. Again, it's Michael Robinson chasing. And yet again, it's Sammy Lee supporting on the far side, although it didn't come to him, but it's Liverpool's throw. It's got Dalglish in the moment, in the middle here. Lawrenson. Souness orchestrating everything from that midfield, and as Ron was saying, bossing the whole thing from midfield. Lawrenson. It's Hansen. And Kennedy's made a run from the back, but Higgins with the header. Dalglish got his header in and was mightily annoyed with Steve Nicol for not keeping his place away on that left touchline. And Lawrenson back well. So much pace about him. Souness. And Neil. Robinson. And now possibly a break as Stephen takes it up for Everton. A lovely ball there played for Sheedy. But the cross wasn't really what Everton wanted. Good play by Kennedy. And he gets Rush on his way once more. Out comes Southall once more. And the goalkeeper makes the clearance, and Liverpool get another throw. Kennedy's long ball. They are exploiting the pace of Rush as much as they possibly can. Souness battling with King. Free kick. Sharp with the header. Versus Hansen. Hansen's header. And Higgins. And a free kick to Liverpool. Really big job for Mark Higgins this afternoon, not only keeping tabs on Robinson and Rush, but keeping his side going as well, against the odds. Hansen. Neil. Lee again available. And Higgins away. Dalglish with a touch for Souness. Another one towards Nicol. And Harper. Irvine. Not good enough control, but there was a handball by Liverpool, which gives the free kick to Everton. Sheedy. Harper. Higgins. Sheedy again. Former Liverpool player, of course. Andy King. Little touch through for Sharp, just onside. And surrounded by 5 Liverpool defenders. Free kick to Liverpool. Souness. Lawrenson. Finally the ball for Dalglish. All that play at the back, and then the pass that really mattered, but Harper's there, heading it down. He knew what he was doing to Neville Southall. Robinson with a touch. That was a good touch too. Dalglish trying to get it back towards Rush. Harper away for Everton. It's Kennedy. Played in first time. What a good ball too. But Higgins was there. Lee, Souness. Always somebody available, and this time it's Neil. Robinson trying to get above the ball to reach that ball, but was pushing down on Higgins' shoulders.
That's one of the things that surprised me, considering it's a derby match. It's played like a normal league game. If you think about Everton, for instance, they're allowing Liverpool so much time, so much space, whereas I would have imagined before the game that there would be hardly an inch on the field. They'd all be rattling at each other and tackling and crunching into each other.
It's a Liverpool ball. 5 minutes to half-time. Dalglish. King towards Heath. We've not seen a lot of him so far this afternoon. Lawrenson collecting quite comfortably and finding Kennedy. Neil. Now Bailey. It's Andy King. Heath again, back for Bailey once more. Lawrenson again judging it well. A little header by Dalglish, and then one from Lee. Sheedy. Good ball there by Stephen. Bailey. Sheedy. That's a fair ball there for Irvine. He's got Harper going outside. It's going on still. Sheedy finding Stephen. A long shot there. Goodness knows where that might have finished up if Sharp could just have got a touch to it. But nothing very coordinated about Everton coming forward, Ron Atkinson.
No, I felt there was a situation there that if Stephen had took a glance to his right, he'd got his fullback coming up on an overlap outside him, which would have given him a real good situation.
Souness. Higgins away. Foul that time by Sheedy on the opposing number 11, Graham Souness, and a free kick to Liverpool. Lee will take it. Nicol, Rush and Robinson are waiting to pounce. In fact, in the end, it's going to be Phil Neal playing it short there for Sammy Lee. Rush once more, played wide again for Phil Neal. And that's a goal kick. Harper, Irvin, Harper, and now Sheedy. A long ball for Heath. He's got Bailey supporting him. Now, can Bailey or Heath do anything here? It's still with Heath. Going a long way, and out comes Grobbelaar. For a moment, I thought he'd lost it, but he was behind for the goal kick.
I'm pretty sure they'd be much better off using Heath in a more central position. I know he's probably got the job of trying to contain the Everton back four, but they're not doing it at all, really. I think he'd be better up in support of Sharp and trying to snatch that equaliser back. Because he's proved there he has got that little bit of instant pace. He can go behind people, and certainly Sharp needs some sort of support.
I think you get the impression that maybe they don't quite know what his best position is. They played him up front last week, in fact, against Leicester City, alongside Sharp. But it's a free kick to Everton. Good time to do something about it now, with about a minute to go to half-time, and Liverpool leading by Ian Rush's goal. Sheedy with the free kick. Higgins was in there, but it was Hansen's header. An overhead by Irvin and a catch by Grobbelaar. Harper. Dalglish. Nichols' header, and now Harper. Playing time added on as Heath just tries to get there and get the touch. He was well shadowed again by Lawrenson. Here's the throw out for Phil Neal. And now Lee. Robinson. Well shadowed again by Higgins. Here's Sheedy. Little touch for King. Given away to Robinson. But stopped by Bailey. A free kick to Liverpool, or rather a throw to Liverpool. Lee. As the half-time whistle goes, and in this Merseyside derby, Liverpool going in at half-time, leading by Ian Rush's goal, scored after 16 minutes. And Everton hardly in it, in fact, in the first half, dominated by the team in red. In a moment, we shall get the views of Jimmy Greaves and Ian St John with Jim Rosenthal. We leave you then with a half-time score here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Everton 0.